Okay, we want to be able to determine the domain and the range of a composition of two functions. And this can be kind of counterintuitive because g of f, we don't start with g. We are substituting x into f, and then we are substituting f into g. Right? So beginning with the domain of f, I have that 1 leads to 7. But when I substitute 7 into g, that leads to 0. And 2 leads to 5. But when I substitute 5 into g, that leads to 7. And 4 leads to 4. But that's not defined in g. There is no g of 4. So this is not in the domain of f of g. Or sorry, g of f. It's in the domain of f, but it's not in the domain of g of f. Okay, 7 substituted into f leads to 6, and 6 substituted into g leads to 7. And 8 substituted into f leads to 6. 6 substituted into g leads to 7. I was looking ahead at something. Okay, so I kept this value of the domain, and I kept this value of the domain, and I kept this value of the domain, and I kept this value of the domain. And I know why I didn't keep the 4. Now here I have 0 and 7, and I lost the 2. 2 came from 3, and there's no 3 here. 9 came from 9, there's no 9 here. So that's all good. So my domain is 1, 2, 7, and 8. And my range is just 0 and 7. I'll do another one of these. If I substitute 0 into f, I get 0. And that's not defined as an input for g. Not defined. If I put 1 into f, I get 3. And if I put 3 into g, I get 4. If I put 6 into f, I get 2. And if I put 2 into g, I get 4. If I put 7 into f, I get 4. And if I put 4 into g, I get 8. So I kept 0, and I kept, no, I didn't keep 0. So that one doesn't work. I kept 1, 6, and 7, and I know why I dumped 0. Now over here, I kept 4 and 8. I need to figure out why I didn't keep 5 and 9. So the input that leads to 5 is 8, and that's not a possible output of f. And the input that leads to 9 is 1, and that's again not a possible output of f. So my domain here of the composition g of f is 1, 6, 7, and my range is just 4 and 8.